What's up, guys? I'm Mikey K from MMB and this is our YouTube channel. Make sure that you hit subscribe, hit the like button, make sure you comment, make sure you tell us what you want to see on this channel. So what we're bringing to you today is we're hanging out with Jonathan. He owns a company called RockWood Charcoal. Cooking over real wood and real fire is hard without charcoal or without real wood. So what made you want to start the brand?
It was something that was it was a hobby turned into a career. I mean, everybody's good story starts out like that, right? So I was a helicopter pilot. I was an air rescue, air medical pilot. And I did Channel 245 in St. Louis with traffic, breaking news, all kinds of things like that. But at home, I had a big green egg, and that was my thing to come home and have fun with. My dad had one when I was a kid, and that's what I learned to cook on. So of course, when I got married, my dad bought me one. And there was this charcoal that I really liked, but you couldn't find it around St. Louis, and I knew it was somewhere down in the deep forest of the Ozarks. And one day, flying the helicopter with a patient, I saw the plant. And I made the drive down there, and I started buying charcoal from them, and that was the beginning of the story, at least, that eventually led to the brand.
So, what goes into making a great charcoal?
You got to start out with good wood. I mean, that's the main thing. You start out with, we only use Missouri oak and hickory and sometimes pecan maple. It's primarily oak. And a lot of people know that the Missouri oak that we're using is the same stuff that's used in all the Jim Beam barrels, the Jack Daniels barrels, all the barrels for Napa Valley, all the wines, everything's coming with that Missouri oak from around Salem, Missouri.
So it's giving you that great flavor.
Correct.
I've cooked with RockWood before. It has nice chunks in it. I think he's the only man in the world that sends a packet to his distributors to know how to handle his charcoal. I know that for a fact.
Yes.
One of my good friends, Paul, was like, "Yeah, you want to read it? Here you go," and like handed it to me. I'm like, "What is this?" And he's like, "It's a packet to tell you how to handle this charcoal."
It's a dealer handbook, yes.
And I'm like, "I don't think anyone else does it." He goes, "No. Nobody else does that."
And that's because the charcoal, I mean, like I said, you start out with a good wood to begin with, but then it's very important to know how to kill them. The folks that work down there at the plant, they know how to do it. I don't know how to do it, but they do. They've got it right. They've been doing it for a long, long time. And it's all about the proper, not only the proper fire to kill them, but the proper cooling that goes along with it. But all those things together and
is what makes it great.
It makes it great and keeps it consistent. It's every bag of ours has always come out of the exact same kiln from the exact same people from day one. So people can buy our product and know that it's going to be the same from cook to cook, which is extremely important out here on the competition circuit in places where money is involved with that. So it's a matter of that, starting out and having everything right. But the only problem with our charcoal that people sometimes complain about is the size, and that's why I have that book on how to handle it, because it's very brittle, and when we go to that higher carbon content of 80 to 85% plus, it becomes fragile like eggs, and you can't throw the stuff around like a bag of water salt or dog food. You got to be careful. It's like Lay's potato chips.
Absolutely. I mean, it's one of those things where if you throw stuff onto your charcoal, it's gonna break. I mean, it's not
correct. Yeah, you got to be careful with it. But the good news is, it's all carbon in the bag. It's all burnable. Even if it does break down a little bit, it doesn't burn any different. A big chunk doesn't burn any different than a little chunk in your cooker. You just got to be a little bit more careful with how you pour it. That's about it. So it all works. It's all good. But try to be careful with it if you can.
Now, what distinguishes you guys from other charcoals?
What I mentioned earlier, that higher carbon content. A lot of places out there, they don't kiln it long enough. And that's not a bad thing, but they shouldn't be calling it charcoal, because it's not yet. It's charred wood. If you can't take a piece of whatever you take out of the bag, if you can't take it and break it apart by hand, or if you drop it and it doesn't shatter, it's not charcoal. It doesn't make that tink, tink, tink noise. It hasn't hit that higher carbonization yet. If it smokes a lot, it has a lot of ash, it's still wood. And that's where if you get these great big, cantaloupe-sized chunks that everybody gets all excited about and everything, there's a reason that piece is still the size of a basketball, and that's because it's full of wood. And there's wood fiber holding it together. And if you want something that's heavy and dense, I'll sell you a piece of firewood rather than, going out and buying a premium lump charcoal that should be at least 80 to 85% carbonization. You should be able to break it apart by hand. So that's the big difference. And there's a lot of other charcoals out there. They're good stuff if they're carbonized right. I'm really big on sticking with U.S. made charcoals, just mainly because of the wood. 80% of the lump charcoal in this country comes from Missouri, which means you're starting out already with a good oak or hickory wood. That means if there's a piece in that bag that's under kiln, what are you cooking with? You're already using oak or hickory, so it's going to taste good. You're not going to have some weird South American wood name that you can't pronounce, which is going to spoil that piece of chicken or fish with some just nasty bitter smoke.
Absolutely. Now, if they go to your website, they can find out where a dealer is near that.
It's so on the shelf. We're probably at about 2,000 locations around the U.S., mainly Ace Hardwares. Coming online more with True Values and Do It Best and your local mom and pop shop. Your good friend Paul that you talked about earlier, God bless him, he was one of the very first guys outside of St. Louis ever to carry our product.
Which is fantastic. Somebody's got to believe in you, right?
Yeah, so we're scattered across. Go onto our website, just click on Where to Buy, and you can get on there and it'll show you your nearest location. And if it's an Ace, we've confirmed, hopefully confirmed they have it. And otherwise, you can get on Ace's website and order it, and they'll ship it to your nearest store for free.
And I do know this, Ace, if you get their product number from any Ace can order it.
Correct. Yeah, they'll have it in 2 to 3 days. It'll be there. Join the Ace Rewards program. That program is legit. They send you coupons like crazy. You'll never pay full price for a bag of charcoal. They're perfect. It's normally like $25 for them, and those coupons are like 5 off of 25. So it's perfect. It works great. Yeah. Otherwise, if you're out too far away, they can ship it to you. Again, UPS, they beat up the boxes, but so if you don't mind that, we ship 3 bags to a box. It's the best deal. Don't buy it on Amazon. I mean, we have it on Amazon. You're going to overpay if you want the convenience to buy it on Amazon because we got to pay them their 15%. Don't buy it on Amazon. Buy it on our website, or hopefully, even better, buy it from your local stocking dealer. If you don't have somebody that's local, talk to your local butcher shop. We'll ship it to them. We'll get it in there.
That is fantastic. I want to say thank you for hanging out with us. Since we're kind of doing this entrepreneurial thing, and you are an entrepreneur yourself, what could you tell somebody that's thinking about making that leap?
I've had this discussion with probably 3 or 4 people today already, and it's a tough decision to make, and I think one of the reasons I was successful with it was, one, I never really set out to make money with it, but I had enough backup plans going there that I could use all the money that I was making within this charcoal to just fuel back into the business, so that one day when I did need to quit my job and stay home with the kids and things like that, because my wife got divorced, when I did need to do that, I was kind of ready to go with it. But up until that point, if I would have started this company to make money with it initially and to charged a lot of money for the charcoal, I don't think I would have sold it. I had to keep the price down. I really had to go out and push it and not have any staff whatsoever, and basically I was I was at my flying job, sitting around, and I was doing charcoal and real estate. I mean, that was the other thing. I'm also a real estate agent. I still do a little bit of real estate just so that I can keep investing everything I make on this charcoal side, try to reinvest it back in the business and help it grow. So
that's fantastic.
It took a while to get there, but that's what I would say. Don't have a backup plan to fail, but have a backup plan. Just to have another source of income so that you can just keep feeding that money into the passion and just have something else to help keep the lights on.
I get you. Guys, once again, I'm Mikey from MMB. This is our YouTube channel. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell so you get all of our new videos. Thank you so much, guys.